Hi, readers. I hope you've enjoyed your read aloud. I've sure enjoyed reading aloud to you. I wish we were all together, but right now we can't be, so this is the next best thing. Our next step together for this week is to figure out your own reading life at home. Usually you'd be reading in class and we'd be choosing books together, but right now you're at home, and so we're figuring out how we're going to build your reading life. And so I want to teach you two things about that. One is, now that you've gotten some books, I want you to think about finding a time to read, and I want to think about where you're keeping your books and sort of how to create a comfy space for yourself. So let me show you a little bit about what I'm reading right now. So this week, I'm reading a book called The Giver of Stars, and I'm sort of interested in a new hobby because I have a little time for hobbies now, and I'm thinking about learning how to sketch. So I've got these two books that I want to read a little bit each day. And so what I want to do is think about where I'm going to keep these books. So some of you have your own room, and you might put the books on a desk in your room, or a dresser, or next to your bed. But others, if you're like me, I'm in a really small space and I just don't have that. So where I'm going to keep these materials is either on a small shelf that I can tuck them away, or I might even keep them under my bed. So that I can find them for my reading and they're sort of out of everyone's way and then back in. Now, where I'm going to read, I want to make that an enjoyable space that's a bit cozy and makes me happy to do my reading each day, because I have to motivate myself. I don't have my classmates, and I'm not there to help you. So let me show you what I do. So I take out my reading books, but I also sort of prepare. Like, I get myself, something to drink. I love tea, but you could get water or some sort of drink that you love that's in your house. I get myself a snack, granola bar, apple, whatever is around and available. And for me, I get myself, a cozy blanket. And that way I can curl up in a corner. If it's warm out, I might be able to sit right outside under a tree, or I might be, even doing this work in my room. Either way would be great. So I want you to think about, like, what do you want with you when you read, and where's going to be this special spot? Okay. Another thing to think about is when you're going to read. So for some of you, you have your books and you can read anytime. For others, you might be reading an ebook, and there might be one device in your house that has that ebook on it, or there might be several. So some of you need to make a schedule with the other people in your home. So this is the kind of thing I do each day, and I just wrote it on a little index card, but you could write it, just on a scrap piece of paper. But I wrote, like, you can see my schedule here, right? That from 9 to 9:30, that's what I'm going to read. I'm going to set that time aside, and then I'm going to make sure I schedule some free time for myself. And probably, if you're like me, you're helping out in some way with chores or jobs you have to do, and then I put that. So I sort of gave myself a little bit of a schedule. So if you're someone who's reading on an ebook, you might want to talk to your family about when you might be able to use that device or not. So soon you're going to be talking to me in Google Classroom, and I can't wait to see either a photo of where you're reading, or a drawing of where you're reading, even a description of it, because that's going to help us to all share ideas and build our reading lives together.